Okay, here we are at the Palatial Q Master Q Club in Virginia Beach, Virginia for the Action Pool Tour event number 12, the Tour Championship. A completely closed field with 19 top players, 16 men and 3 women going to vie for the final event of the 2019 Action Pool Tour season. The event is 9-ball, alternate breaks. It'll be a race to 9 on both sides of the bracket, double elimination. It's rack your own, alternate break. The 9-ball does not count on the break. 3 consecutive fouls by the same player in the same game constitutes loss of game. And we're going to have a nice match to get started. A couple of real fine players. It's going to feature Mr. R.J. Carmona from Virginia Beach area. This is his regular place he plays, and he's a terrific player and even a nicer young man, a great human being, a real sweetheart. He and his good buddy Raymart Lim, Nilbert Lim, and Greg Sabins constitute the Philippine Mafia. You know, and Nilbert, R.J., Raymart, and Greg are in the field this week. And we have a very nice, this is a great tournament room. They just played a major straight pool championship in here about 5-6 weeks ago, featuring the top players in the world. And these are diamond tables with Simonis 860 tournament blue, completely recovered and redone by Eric Moore, a top player and a great table mechanic. Did these tables. They're 4.5 inches across, deep shelves, Diamond Pro tables. They're going to be playing with Aramith balls. These are all sponsors of the Action Pool Tour, and they're all giants in our industry. And again, thank you to all those wonderful sponsors for your support in this 2019 Action Pool Tour season. And as the play goes on, I'll mention some of our other sponsors, all our other sponsors of this season. And Scott Haas is from around Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Scott I've known since he was a real young man. Now he's got a son that's about 18 years old that's a real good young player. Thomas, who's not here this weekend, but Scott is sponsored by Concept Interiors in Pennsylvania, and he's a nice guy too. I saw him when he was first a real young man, about 18, 19, 20 years old, a number of years ago, and Scott and I hooked up in a tournament in a now defunct place in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and a 9-ball tournament like this, and we had a really great match, and I ended up winning because I ran 7 racks in a row to beat him. But he never forgot that, I guess. He saw me many years later, and he still remembered me, you know, and that was an honor to even be remembered by Scott. He's a real good player, great person. So Scott is broken the balls and has a shot on the 1 maybe, but his position play is He's going to end up with probably a long shot on the 2 ball. And no balls need be called in this contest. If Scott hits the low number 2 ball, the blue in the middle of the table, anything else goes, he still stays at the table. And if the 9 goes in, he wins. Scott elects to play safe and leaves RJ a 9-foot distance on this shot. RJ is a very talented player as well. Be a good match. RJ gave up a reasonable shot there. And the good thing is that the 8 ball sitting near the side pocket is going to prevent Scott's cue ball from really getting away too far and might fall good on the 3 if he makes the 2 and comes off of it towards the 8. Like that, but he missed the ball, so RJ has a good opportunity here to get on board first. The 7 ball's hanging in the corner pocket up top, bottom of your screen on the right. I'm not sure what he's going to do. If he's going to try to play the 6 in the same pocket or play for the 6 in the side. Easy. That's the answer, 6 in the side. I'm George Hammerbacher, voice of the Action Pool Tour, completing my 7th full season on the mic here. Since 2013, I've been doing the live streams. I'm a advanced level instructor, Professional Billiard Instructor Association out of Baltimore, Maryland. That's going to have to hurry. Oh, came up a little short. We've got a big angle on this bank back to the side, and this cue ball is going to get away from him a little bit, or he'll play safe. That was a prudent shot. If that has speed to the rail, it's a pretty good leave. RJ has a shot at it. It's a little fast an angle. He might be relegated to banking the 9 to the lower left corner on your screen. For a player of his caliber, it's about a 2 out of 3 proposition. It's a nice, it lays pretty nice for that shot if he plays it. Oh no, he cuts the ball and makes a real nice thin cut. RJ Carmona on top by the score of 1-0 here. This Q Master Q Club is the home of our 2 tour owners, Mr. Tiger Baker, who's the league director around here. They have 75 or so tables in a palatial place that takes half a shopping center or more. They have this 14 table pool tournament room with all diamond tables, and they're all like 8 feet apart, and just beautiful lighting and just spectacular venue. The pros were just here a few weeks ago, and there wasn't any of them that could ever have a bad thing to say about this place. RJ broke dry, and now Greg is at the table with really not too much. He might have to just try to play safe behind the 4-7. He played the 1 safe, and that was prudent enough. That's a good shot. But RJ has a little piece of it, and Scott might be in a little peccadillo here. Other tour sponsors include our newest supporters, the Freedom Walk-In Tubs and Showers. They came on board with the Action Tour a couple of months ago, and we really appreciate their support. Scott spin kicks the ball. Oh, this one's tight. He has to go between the 4-6 to hit the 1. The 4 looks like it's sticking out a little bit, the edge of it. Might get a double kiss if he tries to hit this ball. Like that. Oh, he had a good shot. Left Scott long and tough, but makeable. This is one of the shots Scott hits his very best about any of these guys. A shot like this, his stroke is pure, straight ahead generally. Oh, I put the announcer's curse on him. Oh, that wasn't what RJ was expecting. Yeah, he thought it went up about 2 diamonds too far. But Scott is on the rail. He doesn't really have that attractive route to the 2 ball in any regard, it seems. He's going to have to try to pop it. Good shot. Now Scott's in reasonable. It was a little straight on the 2. He wanted a little angle so he could come off and play the 3 in the side pocket. Now he's going to have to take a longer shot on the 3. From this, he's going to have to fade to his left and come to the middle of the table with the 3 ball if he makes the 3 to buy a shot on the 4 in the same pocket, I believe. Very well hit. Tables are very fast. They were just recovered maybe 6 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago. That's a strong shot. He's on the correct side of the 5 now. He can Draw it over and back to the middle of the table or follow. The follow brings the 9 into play. He got around the 9, good shot. Solid play there. Just needs to keep standing from here. Scott Haas evens the count at a game apiece, and both players have lost on their particular break shots. We have a real nice field here today. We have Mr. J.T. Ringgold here from North Carolina. He was won this championship a year ago, about this week. Very fine young gentleman and a really focused, disciplined young player. We have Mr. Larry Crisell. He was a runner-up in Richmond a month ago to Danny Mastermaker. We have Dr. Dave Hunt, the killer driller, is in attendance, playing Mr. Scott Roberts over there from Lynchburg in the clubhouse billiards. Have a great feel about all my friends are here. Steve Fleming here from Central Maryland. Like I said, the Philippine Mafia. RJ, Raymart Lim, Milbert Lim, and Greg Sabins is scheduled to be here. I think I see Greg over there. We have Jimmy Bird, and of course we have Chris Bruner, who was our tour champion in terms of points in the 2019 season. Chris had, I believe, 3 wins and 1 or 2 top 3 finishes. This is sort of a, well, that ball might have froze. That made it very simple now, this combination. Both balls were off, it would have been a little tough. It should make this 1-2. Good shot. One rolled out a little bit on him though. That's a good shot there. He looks like he has sort of like a punch shot to go and try to hit the 8 and play for the 4 in the same pocket. That would be my convoluted guess. No, he rolled into it. That's, like I said, I don't see what the player sees quite, and that's going to be my one disclaimer here. He's kind of flat on this ball. He might have to draw it out of there. Which he did very, very adroitly. He's going to have to get the rake, for goodness sake, or shoot lefty. He hadn't built to reach it. Probably speared around the 8. Good shot. He's going to have to go down table and come back, though. He's a little short on his angle. Nilbert, Raymart, and RJ are all sponsored by Greg's Not So Pro Shop. Their good friend and player, Greg Sabins, repairs cues, and look out. Okay, good shot. That was a little lacking. Nice hit from RJ. RJ takes a 2-1 lead here. Other sponsors of the Action Tour include Kamui Chalk, Kamui tips and products, very sought after by the discerning pool and billiard player worldwide. They make gloves. Once at a U.S. Open in this region, the old U.S. Open, somebody offered me $50 for one piece of Kamui chalk. I had to say I was unfortunately not holding, because I'd definitely taken them up on it. But $50 for one piece of chalk kind of speaks the tale as to how highly regarded the chalk and the tip are, which are probably the most important items of cues. It can be very, very expensive, but if you have a bad tip, you got nothing. I don't know whether he has a shot on the 1 or he's going to just play safe and lock him up on those 5 and 8 that's up high here. Well, he had a good open shot at it. Okay. He's just going to probably just stay there and play the 3 all the way up. That's ideal. Has a slight angle. Tendency with this ball is to hit it too fat. In other words, not quite cut it enough because he's afraid of that side point. That was beautifully struck. That looks pretty good. Play for the 6-7 in the same pocket. That's where he just put his stick where his hand is, right in there he'd like to be. Come 2 rails to the 8 that's on top of the bottom of your screen center table. Oh, bobbled to 6. He was right about where he wanted to be. He just missed the ball. Scott might be a little straighter on this ball than he might have liked, based on his overall body language and all, what he's demonstrating here. Let's see what he can come with here. Probably bank it back where he's standing. Yeah. Sold out. R.J. Carmona with a razor-thin cut. Large one with no ice, one with the Action Tour. I see Greg Sabins has made it here. He's local. Also here is a longtime good player, husband and wife teamer here, Mr. and Mrs. Bill Dugan. Jackie Dugan is one of the 3 best lady players on our tour. He just didn't finish his stroke the first ball. Also here is Liz Taylor among the ladies, who is a former WPBA Classic Women's Tour competitor, originally from the greater New England area, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, I believe she's originally was her home. Nice player. And then Miss Bethany Sykes is here from Northern Virginia. A young lady that truly loves the game and has really improved greatly in 2-3 years that I've been watching her compete. Scott broke him great. Oh. I don't know whether you can see the one to make it. It's real. That's one of these shots where you don't even have any place to push out to. That's what we see on this tour. I trust you. These are, you know, the camaraderie on this tour. This is better than any of the. No doubt that was a good hit. As regional tours go, and I've been around them for 30, 35 years, that they've had them 40 years. The people are real nice and respectful. It's a very nice tour. And the Action Tour is a regional pro, semi-pro tournament that tour that meets and plays 8, 9, and 10 ball disciplines in Maryland and Virginia. Okay. That was perfect timing. I was getting a little raspy there, and some tonsil lube was just delivered to me in my booth here, also known as Pepsi Cola, or whatever cola it is. Oh, that's excellent. Very, very well played by Mr. Haas. He's going to make him stand on a leg and kick off his bottom rail, his top rail. But both balls are heading to the same place. Let's see what this Scott's going to have to play a whole wrath a high left ball, and if he can get across this ball, he's going to hit and come to the middle diamond cross table. I guess he's got a similar shot again with the high right ball, I think. Might not have the right angle. His small is kind of forced. He's might have to come across it rail first, or suck it back. He hit that kind of one-stroked it. Got away with it, kind of. Okay. Scott's in a pickle here. It's a good move from RJ. I don't know, I'd roll the 8 into the 5. Oh, look at this shot he came with there. That was as good as it gets right there. Got RJ snookered on top of that 9 ball, and RJ might only have a 2-railer at it, or 1-railer. Gotta come to the side rail. I don't think he can get enough on this ball. He might. I don't see what he sees. Another good shot. Still have, I'm trying to see, I can't see what the player sees, and it's just a game of just small millimeters. He drills the bank. Phil's got to play some pocket billiards from here. You have to stretch for this one. Nice shooting from Scott Haas in a tautly contested game. He closes the match to 3-2. RJ on the break. Very tough game there. Some very good safeties were exchanged and a couple of good kicks. And both these guys, you see in this alternate break, it's real hard to stay in, to get a real gigantic rhythm going like you can if you're playing just straight 9-ball for 10s or 20s or something, because it's you could break and run out and then get sit and have to sit the next rack and maybe get in the cooler. RJ has misplaced his mineral, scratched on the break, and it's given Scott a nice opportunity maybe to cash in quickly with the 2-9 that's down below. Let's draw this straight back, maybe just a little past the side pocket, I would think. A little farther than that, I guess. Very quick game, and Scott Haas evens the count up at 3 games apiece. Figures to be a real good match. These guys are very even. I've had the pleasure of just watching both these gentlemen play for 2, 3, 4 years, 5 years. RJ maybe even a little bit longer. And we have Steve Fleming in a match over there with Larry Crisell. Dr. Dave is playing. And Scott Roberts from Lynchburg. But the Action Tour features 8, 9, and 10-ball disciplines, and they also feature 5 different levels of player that range from professional. Both these gentlemen are considered semi-professional players. Advanced, in other words, very good players that are going to have Fargo ratings of between 600 and 650. Then you're going to have the Bs, which are 500 to 550, and novices, which are going to be your C players or non-professional ladies. Scott has a pretty nice opportunity ahead of him. He's got to get correct on the 3-ball. And the 3-ball is, not that easy. It's unless it goes in the side. If it does, I'd stand corrected. He's getting his line of sight. He's going to play the 3, probably go towards the bottom of the table. Got to get the right angle on the 6 ball. That's pretty good. You get to draw it over to the 7 in the same pocket. Pinch it with low right and just come out a little bit past where it is now. Straighten the side. 9 hanging over the corner. This looks pretty good. Scott Haas wins game number 7 and takes a 4-3 lead in this match. A well played rack. So everything is everything here. RJ, it's time for him not to lose his cue ball when the break shot. Well, he could kick behind this ball and stick there. That's my guess. Oh, he makes it in the side and bellies on the 6. That's a tough roll there. Very tough roll. Sometimes you get lucky and you're unlucky playing this lucky 9 ball. That's a shot that isn't even fun to get the bridge and bridge over that ball to kick. Doesn't have any. Might have a 2-railer at it like this from with the bridge. Yeah, this is it. This is left-hand ball. Good hit, though. They made a real good play on the 1 ball. It was unfortunate that it happened the way it did. Big bank shot if you got it, or you might be able to cut this in. Oh, he hit the 4 ball going past it. Ball in hand. A big error there. That's real nicely played. He's going to just be playing this like a drill. He's just going to come across to get a play the 6, 7, and 8 all in the same pocket, I think. Well, we played to the short side. Player's preference. That's a nice little pattern there. Might have to go all the way to the bottom rail to play the 9 in the lower left pocket on the screen. Got lucky. Four apiece. RJ gets the job done. Fine. He's a fine young man. Scott kind of cut that break. His cue ball went berserk, but he made a few balls. He made 2 balls and might have a cross bank on the 1. That'll play nicely. That'll play real nicely. Forcing RJ to either twist with some English to hit the ball or might have to kick. Probably twist. Lots of right or hit rail first. Oh. Whoa. Hell of an effort. This is looking, I don't know about the 7 necessarily, but I think he's got a natural recipe right as well as he can get on the 4 ball. Gotta hurry. His angle looks a little wrong. Might have to play the side and fall down on the side rail near the 6. Looked at this hard with the follow. No. He doesn't like it. He's handcuffed with the angle. He's going to probably have to roll the 5 at the side. Yeah, I knew he didn't like it. This is a 2-rail, a 3-rail shot. Based on RJ's usual MO. He's got to come in the deep corner here. Then he's pretty good shape, I think. Into the deep corner. Gonna have to beat the kiss. Oh, he didn't get there. Tough shot. 4 games apiece. Very, very good match here. 2 dead even competitors.
Ay, ay, ay.
Ay, 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 he declared. Yes, indeedy. That's about all he could do is leave distance and hope he could get to the table again. Safety. That was about as fortunate as Scott could have gotten, considering he clanked that ball, missed it by half a diamond. RJ's smiling, shaking his head. What else can he say? It just pulled. But these guys are playing for, and gals are playing for a nice piece of change here. They're playing for $1,500 first prize, $1,000 for second. Left him distance. Nice touch to the rail. Yeah, well, this is still a shot. That you don't necessarily want to have to make a living getting out from here. That's if you want to starve. He didn't even, it was tempting, but he didn't want to shoot at it. I don't think I blame him. Oh, RJ's misplaced his mineral. Huh. No luck, he says. Yeah. Sometimes that'll definitely enter into it. Scott Haas takes a 5-4 lead over R.J. Carmona here in our first live stream match. Other sponsors of the Action Pool Tour include Predator cues and Predator products. They make much more than just high-tech cues and ultra-low deflection shafts, including the Revo line. They make gloves. I saw the balls that they're starting to make in one of the tournaments out in Las Vegas, and they were fabulous looking balls and wonderful products. We have Viking cues of originally Madison, Wisconsin. I lived in Wisconsin, folks, for a number of years, and I played many people wielding Viking cues, and they all swore by them there, and American made for over 50 years. We have Q Sports International out of Las Vegas, Mr. Ozzy Reynolds, original owner and founder of the Action Pool Tour, is the head of that outfit. They own the BCA pool leagues in North America. They run many regional and national events, including the big show in Vegas every year that features up to 10,000 people descending on Vegas for the BCA team and individual titles. They run many national, regional tournaments, U.S. Open 10 ball, bar table events, and fabulous people in the giants in our pool sport. And Ozzy's a friend of mine. Ozzy started this tour, and it's still alive under the tutelage of Tiger Baker and Chris Wylie here in the Virginia Beach area. We have Hasselman and Hunt Family Dentistry of Richmond. Dr. Dave Hunt, the killer driller, is competing on the table right next to this one. Dr. Dave came back after a couple years where he played very infrequently, and always great to see him. He's a fine player, a nice, great gentleman. Scotty takes a 6-4 lead here over RJ. Other sponsors include Tiger Cues and Products, East Coast Landscaping, Mr. Larry Flager, a real enthusiast, landscaping down here in the greater Tidewater area. Additionally, we have OzoneBilliards.com. Wow. I don't think that he has the one to make it. Either he has to roll out or try to ticky-tack this ball. We also have Grant Wylie, photographer. He's Chris Wylie's husband. Grant is a professional photographer here in the greater Hampton Roads, Virginia Beach area. We also have Brown's Mechanical, heating and air conditioning needs in the Richmond area. This is a tough one. I don't know if he can get in there. Might have to come off this long rail to his right and come behind it. This shit, I don't know if he can get past that ball. Well, he did. That's a real good shot. Real good shot. That's shots like that are just as important as running out in a match like this. Wow, he back cuts this ball. Wonderful shot. This looks like a safe coming with the bridge. Coming, he's gonna slice it, come 2 rails and go get on the side of the table. It's a good shot. He wasn't as happy with that though. He might have left him a shot here. Oh, left him the keyhole. Easy out from here. A little bit past his mark. He's still not happy with that, I don't think. Oh, he's very happy with that. I'll take that back. That's almost ball in hand position. Probably play to the 5 in the same hole. Hit it. Still standing on one leg. This gets a little hairy. Very well played shot from Mr. Carmona. R.J. Carmona takes game number 11 and is back on serve at least. Trails 6 games to 5. This is all races are to 9 today, folks, on both the winners and losers side. And we're going to have a champion declared by, hopefully, before this calendar day turns into calendar tomorrow. See, I charge these people by the word, so once I get over 1 million, they're going to have to dig deep. I'm George Hammerbacher, sponsor of the Action Tour, and longtime instructor, charter member of the original BCA instructors, now Professional Billiard Instructor Association. I'm located in Catonsville, Maryland, south and west of Baltimore City. Real convenient to the Baltimore-Washington corridor, and also right close to I-70 for those folks coming from Frederick and points west. I live basically at the end of Route 70 or the beginning, pretty much. I've been teaching for 45 years almost, and I do all hands-on instruction and teach all levels of player from beginner to touring pro. And been the voice of the Action Tour here for 7 years. That was an unfortunate kiss. Scott got the rolls evened up. That ball bent double kiss to 7 and gave RJ a thin look at the 2. That's a major league leave there. Well, with the Action Tour, we feature 5 different levels of player, and all the matches are even on the table, no handicaps, but the only thing that differs, unless there are special events, will be the entry fees are staggered, where the professionals pay the most and the novices pay the least. And for those league players among you that might be listening to this broadcast, if you're getting tired of getting 5 and 6 shots a game, come and feel the strength of these boys and girls. They can play. A lot of them can flat out play. We have a couple classic ladies tour players that frequently play on our tour. We have good many just top quality players. We get world-class players too from time to time. That works, but Scott's gonna have to try to go behind the 9. That's a pretty good shot. I don't know if he got there though. No, he didn't. Dr. Dave Hunt is over there. He's playing Scott Roberts and looks like he has 7 games. I can't see what Scott has on the bottom, but they're playing a race to 9. And it's tough. He might be cutting this ball. He's going to get lucky, maybe. No, not at all. Uh-oh. That one. Another good move. That was a good roll. 5 almost looks like it's frozen up here, very close. Plenty of distance. That wasn't quite what he wanted. Caught a little too much ball. Should fall into a nice shot if he makes this long, tough 5. No. That was a good shot. Nice natural angle to come over to the 8. 9 might be a little bit of a... That's a good, nice angle again. That was strong there to the short side. Scotty Haas takes a 7-5 lead over Mr. R.J. Carmona. Real well hit break shot from Haas. If he hits a good enough shot on one ball, he has might have a reasonable opportunity here. Two doesn't pass the 4, but he can possibly play to a carom. Here, Scotty might have a little split hit shot, play the 2, and try to. I don't think he got where he wanted to get though. He wanted to be more on the rail than where he is. He might not have that shot available to him. Hard for me to tell. So he's looking at now. That was as bad as he could have done, I think, if I'm mistaken. Yep. Now, the kick off the side rail goes in the scratch, which is all that might be available. Or just roll into it and touch it. Safe now. He's not. He can thin the deuce and go past the 5 or send the deuce up down table. Oh, that's not so good. Yeah, a groan there from RJ. I'll be back in a moment, folks. Scott Haas is on the hill. He's ahead 8-5 here against R.J. Carmona. Again, we want to thank the Action Pool Tour this season for all of our venues, which included the Diamond Billiard Room in Midlothian, Virginia, the Dorsey family, home of Ray Mann's Pro Shop, Ray Walters, former Action Pool Tour tournament director, real hotbed of pool in the greater Richmond area. We'll be back there in February for a Virginia State 10-ball championship. We also want to thank the Peninsula Billiards in Newport News, Virginia. Terrific bar table venue with just as nice as they can be. That's a real tender shot. Scott's in position here. Also, we want to thank up in Maryland the Champion Billiards in Frederick, Maryland. We also want to thank again the Breakers Sky Lounge in Herndon, Virginia. The First Break Cafe in Sterling, Virginia. And last but not least is Q Master Billiards that have hosted 4 of our events this year. A fabulous place to play, eat. The original founder, Barry Berman's deceased, but his family is still operating the place. Oh, that one. This is safe behind the 9. That's the shot I like, to come just safe and just tuck him on the 9 ball. A touch tester. I think that's what he's going to try to do. Great shot. In a lot of ways, that was better than running out. Yep. So, Scott has an opportunity to close out Mr. Carmona with these last 6 balls on the table here. Dr. Dave Hunt and Scott Roberts are in a dog fight over there. Dave has 7, and I think Scott has 7. He's got to take a longer shot on the 7 than he likes. Well, here's the shot. Does he roll down to the 8 in the side pocket, or does he stroke it? No. Oh, he did drift it in. Here it is. This is the cash ball shot. Looks like Mike Scott is ready to complete this first round. Scotty Haas takes down Mr. R.J. Carmona by the score of 9-5. Okay. A couple breaks decided that match, a couple of balls, and it always will with players like this. So we'll be back in a few minutes, folks, with the next live stream match on the Action Pool Tours Tour Championship. Thank you.